Andrew Randall. We are based at Hyde Farm near Maidenhead in Berkshire, about 30 miles west of London in the UK. We operate an arable combinable crops farm growing wheat, oilseed rape, spring oats and spring beans, and cover cropping ahead of those spring crops.
So today we've just run a farm immersion day with a global consumer packaged goods company here on a British farm.
At Mars Pet Care, we have a huge focus on sustainability and making a better world for pets by creating a better world for all. For us, what that means is reducing our environmental impact and increasing the benefits that we directly and indirectly bring to society.
Our reasons for moving towards a regenerational system were mainly based around our soil and our soil quality and our soil health. And the climate locally appeared to be getting more erratic and less reliable. We were having more rainfall at times and then severe drought at other times. And I decided that we needed to make our soil more resilient so that it could cope with these extremes. And the way I felt to do that was to improve the soil health, build up the organic matter so it could regulate the moisture better, and so far we seem to be reaping the rewards.
So what we do in practice to deliver on our mission is we run a regenerative agriculture program which seeks to rebalance the relationship between farmers and the buyers of their crops in the food, beverage and other sectors.
So we began our transition over a decade ago, and despite fears that our yields would be adversely affected, certainly initially, we didn't find that to be a problem at all really, and so we've carried on. In fact, our yields have probably stabilised and become more reliable, and so we didn't see a yield dip like is reported can happen in the first few years.
For the agricultural ingredients that we rely on to make our pet food products, what that looks like is engaging with farmers and suppliers on improvement of practices at the farm level. We're looking to support is climate smart or regenerative agricultural practices like using of cover crops, reducing or elimination of tilling of the land so that we are able to reduce the carbon footprint of the production of those materials and increase the benefits from a biodiversity or water perspective.
There's various ways in which ag food companies can help in the transition. The biggest one, in my opinion, is perhaps the sort of knowledge resource that can help farmers make the change confidently. And if there is a perceived vulnerable period, perhaps in some circumstances on some farms and difficult soil types perhaps, then maybe there is more of a reason for offering some kind of premium or short-term incentive to take that leap of faith.
So partners like Soil Capital really help us because they allow us to quantify and understand in a robust sense the nature of the footprint of our agricultural ingredients and how changing in practices on the farm level has a carbon or climate benefit in terms of quantifying that and tracking it and monitoring it over time.
I see the future of agriculture as being very, very exciting.